our absolute pleasure to introduce our distinguished guest, Ananya Sachdev. Ananya is a dynamic professional with a remarkable journey in consulting and entrepreneurship. With a wealth of experience and accomplishments under her belt, she has made a significant impact through her entrepreneurial ventures, innovative skills, and leadership roles. Her work exemplifies innovation, perseverance, and creativity, and she continues to inspire others through her dedication and vision. Today, we are fortunate to hear her share insights from her experience, which I'm sure will leave us inspired and empowered. Let's get going. We're in the lanes of the tutorial block. So, ma'am, how did your time at SRCC shape your career or personal growth?
So this campus is where it all started. The fact that this was the right place where my confidence kind of I came into my own because of the confidence that the campus gave me. It's the name itself that speaks volumes, and honestly, the places, the spots that you choose on campus. For me, it was the basketball court and the sports complex, and right at this corridor itself, where it really shaped those conversations that I had with my peers, people from all corners of the world, all of India. The remotest spots come here, but they're the most brilliant minds. And so the conversations that you have with them was really what inspired me to become who I am today and sort of paved the way for my journey.
Which course or faculty member had the biggest impact on you and why?
So this has to be Priyanka Bhatia, ma'am. She was our econometrics module faculty member or professor. And I walked in as a child, as a student who considered herself an imposter. I don't think I really belonged on campus. I was not the best in numbers, not the best at math. Somehow I just managed to get into this wonderful college. And I remember taking this program, which was, of course, a mix of economics and statistics, which was heavily based on numbers and stats. And honestly, I never thought I could manage even going through this module. I went back home to my parents. I was like, I am failing. I don't think I'm graduating. Sorry, thanks, but I think this was my end of my journey, end of my degree. But it was the professor, and it's really what they say, right? A good teacher can change your trajectory. When she sat me down, when she started teaching, she broke it down to like for a fifth grader, that even a fifth grader could understand the most difficult concepts and give those exams. And that really instilled the confidence in me that, look, you just got to find your right mentors, you've got to find the right people and just believe in yourself. And of course, it stems from the person giving you that empowerment. But I think I would put a lot of my credit to her.
How has your SRCC network contributed to your professional journey?
So the biggest advantage I would say of being in this campus is the network that you build, and not just the people you're studying with, but also the people that who've already graduated from this college, because this name just sticks on and it forms this sense of network and community amongst people. So I remember my first internship as well at that time, and I'm aging myself here, but LinkedIn, I was telling someone, wasn't as popular. So I used to go on Facebook and find SRCC alumni and see who are they friends with in common and where does that person work. And I would just reach out shamelessly to them saying, look, I'm a first year student, a second year student, I'm looking for an internship, I'm looking for a job opportunity, just want to learn, just want to be coached. And that's it. That's how powerful this community, this name is, that they would automatically be willing to connect me. So that's how powerful the network is to get your foot in the door. And even going forward, the first time I was launching a podcast, which again back then wasn't like the biggest deal it is now. You see every second person kind of trying to have one. But of course, this one's different. This one's a good one. Irrespective, when I was launching that, I remember reaching out to the CEO of Yes Bank, who happened to be an SRCC alum, or people working as partners in the biggest consulting firms, and just to know that you could connect with them saying, oh, I went to SRCC batch of 2017, or oh, I was from this batch and this was my professor, I did econ, I did BCom. I think just those little tidbits of finding those moments of connection really make a difference, and this propel you so ahead in life. So I think the network's the most powerful in terms of just work trajectory.
What co-curricular or extracurricular activity do you think helped you the most?
So I was a part of many activities in college, at least till the amount I could manage. So I was part of the internship cell, I was on the board of the Fine Arts Society. But I think the one place that made the most impact for me was the one I'm standing at right here, which is the basketball. Being a part of the basketball team, just the kind of memories you build with your team because you're traveling all the time. You're playing a tournament almost every month, and we were very competitive. I was, you see a very calm persona right now, but I was a little bit of a lethal person in terms of just getting angry and getting competitive on court. But it was all in good spirit. So I think just this court right here made a tremendous difference to me, and I would really push everybody to be a part of challenging themselves outside of whatever they're good at. So, go be a part of some sort of sporting event. Cheer for teams if you're not part of a team, because that camaraderie that you build on courts like these, off court, off class, really takes you a long way ahead in life.
What inspired you to pursue building your own company rather than working with the corporate industry?
One word: delusion. So Steve Jobs also once said that be hungry, be foolish. And I don't think there's any better advice I can give beyond that to any entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur. You have to have a little sort of impracticality, a little bit of delusion built into you, saying, I can do it. I'll build this. I'll build the next big startup, or I'll build this company that will make this much impact. I was very happy. I had a well-cushioned job. I was getting paid well. I was in Japan. I wasn't working in India. So, I was having a good time. No one could understand me. I couldn't understand them. I was living my life, getting paid well and just chilling in Tokyo. But, there's this sense of delusion that strikes in. And I say it in the best way possible. Like, delusion here is a very positive word, where you think that you can do so much more with the kind of skills you've picked up, whether it's on a campus like SRCC or just networking with people outside of campus, and you feel like, can I use these skills to impact other people as well? Can I, and then you start slowly, you hustle a little bit. So I remember 9 to 5 used to be my job in Japan. I can say it now. And 5 to 9 I used to do my own thing using their rent, using their electricity on their campus, but building my own thing. And so little by little, when I started getting some traction, I said, okay, time to pack up my bags, put in my retirement letter, if I say so, and get back to India and start building. So that's the answer.
Having already ventured into the startup world with Marbridge Sports, what drove your shift to a different industry with the Uni Discovery?
So, Marbridge Sports, which is my first startup, started out of a lot of passion. I was really into sports. I used to be an athlete here for SRCC and then for Delhi. So I thought, okay, I don't know anything else. Let's just do something in sports. So that's how Marbridge started. I thought I had this hustle and I started gaining a lot of traction. I got lucky with a couple of partnerships. The first time I remember I was about 24, went to IIM Bangalore, went to a professor there, said, sir, you need to trust me. Let's partner together and I'll help you sell your courses online for the sports industry. That was literally my pitch to him. Somehow, after 2 months, I'm signing a contract with them. So that's how passion honestly led me to achieve whatever little I did in that company. But slowly and steadily, as I started building my startup, I realized, look, any business needs to go beyond passion. People who just tell you to blindly follow passion are giving very bad advice, and I hate to break that bubble. Passion needs to be backed up with practicality, and you need to see if there's a market for a potential company. Is there a solution to a problem versus a problem to a solution? So that's kind of what led me to shift to Uni Discovery, where I realized I was already mentoring a lot of people from economics backgrounds, sports backgrounds. So why not turn that into a real business? Because that's something people are actually looking for and are willing to pay for, which is very important when you're running a profitable business that is bootstrapped. So that's kind of what led me to shift to Uni Discovery, which is a higher education mentorship firm where we work with students from grade 6 all the way till their mid-20s. We'll help them develop their career paths, launch podcasts, give TEDx talks, and launch their own marketing agencies, and then eventually get them to the top colleges around the world.
If you could relive one day at SRCC, what would it be?
So it would have to be, ironically, the graduation day. And not because we actually graduated, but the entire 3 years memories just rolled into one particular day. I remember we were like right here, wearing our robes, we took our hats off, and I was making some really funny boomerangs. I mean, if I look at them today, everyone will cringe out. But those were the days, and memories that I would still go back to and still be that innocent person, trying to pose on next to every brick wall, next to the pop, and next to these dogs like right here. But this is what differentiates SRCC, right? There's no, it's hard to choose one day, but I would just live that one moment with my friends where we finally took our hats off and hung up our shoes. But it just was one of the best days to relive.